Hello, welcome to the Mark Janard Show, the cybersecurity show. I will show you how hackers create Trojan viruses. So like by clicking a link, right, a hacker can control up to 100% of your computer and your private information. I will then show you the common tactics hackers use to spread Trojan viruses and how you can protect yourself. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We're going dark. So a Trojan, right, often referred to as a Trojan virus, is a type of malware that disguises itself as legitimate software to trick users into installing it on their devices. Unlike viruses, Trojans do not self-replicate or spread on their own. Key characteristics of Trojans are their deceptive nature, right? Trojans masquerade as harmless or even beneficial applications to gain the user's trust. Manual installation is another perspective of this, right? They rely on social engineering tactics to be manually installed by unsuspecting users. You then have malicious actions, right? Once executed, Trojans can perform various harmful tasks without the user's knowledge. So there are different types of Trojans. They're not all one size, they fit all. They come in many forms. Each are designed for specific malicious purposes. You have backdoor Trojans that create unauthorized access points for attackers. You have info stealer Trojans, which steal sensitive data like passwords and credit card information. You have remote access Trojans, also known as rats. It gives attackers complete control over the infected system. You have downloader Trojans. You can download and install additional malware. You have banking Trojans, which is specifically target financial account information. You have DDoS, also known as distributed denial of service Trojans. They use infected computers to flood networks with traffic. So some of the dangers of Trojans, they pose significant risks to both individuals and organizations. What are those? You have data theft. They can steal personal and financial information. There is system control. Attackers can gain unauthorized access to infected devices. There is financial losses. Some Trojans directly target banking information or demand ransom. There is privacy invasion. They can be used for spying and surveillance. There's network disruptions, where Trojans can be used in coordinated attacks like DDoS. Now, let's talk about how to create them, right? So how hackers create them is easier than you think. Number one, get a direct URL for the image and the .exe file. The .exe, the executable file, needs to be present on a publicly available URL from where it's directly downloaded by the browser. So I have uploaded the executable on Dropbox for this purpose. In the case of Dropbox, modifying the end part of the shareable link to the DL=1 will allow the browser to directly download the file. The link here does not contain any code and is actually an empty file, so it is safe for you to test the behavior of this link. And for this example, we're using the image of a sports complex as a cover. Using the URLs in a script in the code right here. In line number 3, replace URLL with the URL of the image and URL2 with the URL of the executable file. The final code looks like this, right? Save the file with the extension .au3. And it is named Trojan.au3, right? And then creating an icon for the file. Since I'm using an image as a cover file, Windows usually shows the thumbnail of the image as a file icon. So I will use the sports complex image as an icon and convert it to .ico format. You can Google for it and you will find a number of tools to do it, right? And you can use this cloudconvert.com. Peter, you could put that on the screen. Now let's compile the script. The script is written in a scripting language called AutoIT. To install AutoIT in Ubuntu, you can install Wine and install AutoIT. Or if you want a straightforward way, install Veil from the steps mentioned on the screen. Peter, you can put that at javapoint.com. AutoIT will be installed on one of the steps, after which you can exit the installation. So open the Compile AutoIT app. The window should look something like the box shown here. Enter the location of the Trojan.au3 file and the path of the .ico file. The converted file looks like this on the Windows machine. Something's not right though, right? The problem with this file is the extension. It is obvious that an executable, since its extension is .exe. We need to spoof this extension. Spoofing, right, the .exe extension to any extension. To spoof the obvious extension .exe and replace it with .jpeg, we will use a right to left override character. And voila, right? How can you protect yourself from a Trojan virus? So there are various security measures that you can take. Also, this is for educational purposes, guys. Do not do this illegally. This is for educational purposes. You can use an antivirus software, right? You can install reputable antivirus software and keep it updated. Antivirus programs can detect and remove known Trojan through signature-based scans and behavior-based malware detection. You can practice safe browsing, avoid visiting unsecured websites. Be cautious when downloading software, especially from unofficial sources. Do not, okay, and this is what it is, right? Because emails is what they love to use. Do not click on suspicious links or email attachments. Keep your software updated. Regularly update your operating system and all installed applications. Updates often include security patches that protect against newly discovered vulnerabilities. Be cautious with downloads, right? Only download software from official websites or app stores. Check app permissions before installing. Be skeptical of free software offerings from unknown sources. That unknown is what's gonna get you, right? You can also use a VPN, right? When using public Wi-Fi or downloading from file sharing sites, use a VPN to protect your connection and hide your IP address. You can then also enable firewalls. Use a firewall to monitor incoming and outgoing network traffic, which can help prevent unauthorized access. You can also practice email safety, right? Be wary of unsolicited email attachments and links. If unsure, scan the attachments with antivirus software before opening. You can also use strong passwords, implement complex passwords, and consider using a password manager to securely store them. You can also do regular system scans, right? Perform periodic diagnostic scans of your device to detect any potential threats. By combining these protective measures and maintaining a vigilant approach to your online activities, you can significantly reduce the risk of Trojan infections on your device. So what are some common social engineering tactics used to spread the Trojans, right? There are phishing emails. Attackers send deceptive emails that appear to be from legitimate sources, often containing, number one, urgent messages, right? Urgent messages about account issues or security threats. There's attachments disguised as important documents, right? There is links to fake websites that prompt malware downloads. There's fake software downloads, right? Cyber criminals create websites offering free versions of popular paid software. There's cracked or pirated programs. There are fake updates or patches for legitimate applications. So in a nutshell, right, these downloads contain Trojans disguised as the advertised software. There's baiting, right? Attackers use promises of free items or deals to lure victims. You have USB drives left in public places containing malware. There's offers for free music or movie downloads that are actually Trojans. There are enticing ads on websites that lead to malicious downloads. There's also a social media component of this, right? Criminals exploit social media platforms by sending malicious links through direct messages, creating fake profiles to build trust before sharing infected content. There's posting compromised links on popular pages or groups. There's pretexting as well. Pretexting is its own thing. That's where attackers impersonate trusted entities to gain confidence, right? There's IT support staff requesting remote access to fix issues. There's company executives asking employees to download important files. So that is what I have for you today. If you like this video, please take a moment to hit that like button and that subscribe button. I appreciate your viewership. Stay safe and see you in the next video.